Viewer discretion advised. We're about to curse and talk a whole bunch of shit. So if you're at work or in a public place, either put some headphones in, turn it down, or tell everybody to quit bitching because they're fucking soft anyway. Enjoy. Yo, what the fuck is good? Another episode of What Did We Just Watch? We're back again, man. So it's your fucking boy, Evan.
Yo, what's up? It's Bobby.
And it's Pota.
And we're fucking here again watching.
Hey, look, I
movie.
found cupcakes.
Shit, nice. Bobby's here hungover. He's dead.
He's a corpse right now.
He's a fucking walking corpse. So we're gonna do our best to get through this, and we're gonna watch some fucking football. So
as bad as this movie was.
Yeah, this movie was so fucking bad. This is the third time I watched this movie. The first time I saw it,
feel bad for you.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, it was so bad that I told Pota how bad it was. So I had to watch it with him just so we could laugh and make fun of it.
Made me watch it, put me through that shit, and that's what kind of started the whole idea of this whole podcast thing.
Yes.
And now I had to watch it a second time. Bobby, how many times have you watched it?
Once.
Just
I was
once?
supposed to see it in theaters. I really wanted to go see it in theaters, and then never ended.
Oh, and we deterred you from it?
Yeah, and then you guys saw it, and you guys it was trash.
Yeah, we
didn't even bother going to the movies and seeing it.
Yeah, like at first it was funny how bad it was, but now having to watch it so many times, it was just really so like it was just terrible. Yeah. So
it's funny because I told my boss about it that we were doing this one, and we were like Hitman's Bodyguard. He's like, oh, I like that movie, and I was like, God. I was just confused. I was poking holes in and left and right. I was like, it was funny. It was funny. Like,
God.
Sam Jackson was probably the worst I've ever seen him.
He's good on some movies where he critiques it right, but this one he was way the fuck off.
God. All right, the Hitman's Bodyguard. The world's top protection agent is called upon to guard the life of his mortal enemy, one of the world's most notorious hitmen. Samuel L. Jackson's fucking terrible character. The relentless bodyguard and manipulative assassin have been on the opposite end of the bullet for years and are thrown together for a wildly outrageous 24 hours. During their journey from England to The Hague, they get in some wacky adventures.
That was 24 hours?
Yeah. They encounter high-speed car chases, outlandish boat escapades, and a merciless Eastern European dictator who is out for fucking blood. I really want to see who directed this. Director Patrick Hughes. Patrick Hughes is Australian. Okay.
Patrick?
Hitman's Bodyguard, Signs. Alright. So fuck it. Alright, this movie sucks. Alright, so here we go then.
He did Signs?
He did Signs, director Signs, yeah. Water. Okay. Alright, so it opens up with, it's like a montage of Ryan Reynolds getting ready for work, putting on a fresh suit. He's in like an extremely modern fucking house. You know what I mean? He's putting on his suit, he's getting strapped up. And he's going on his first mission, which is like an Asian dude. He's bringing him onto a plane for some transportation.
Very high profile.
Very high profile, right? They got they thought of everything. This man thinks of every fucking corner, every fucking thing he knows. Ryan Reynolds, he's the fucking AAA rated fucking protective service. You guys better remember that for future.
AAA.
So he goes and like they're walking up to the private jet. There's like fucking 8 fucking Suburbans out there with dudes with fucking the shades on and suits on, like the whole nine. And then so the fucking Asian guy just starts walking up. He just goes up into the private jet and is just sitting at the window. And he's just sitting at the fucking window and just looking at Ryan Reynolds waving, and then bomb, he just gets shot in his fucking head. And all I could think of was like, if this dude's fucking thinking of everything, rule number 1, if this dude's gonna really this chance of getting killed, don't go to a window. That's rule number 1. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
Don't put him in front of a window.
Yes, like any movie, it's like if a diner's getting shut up, people are like, get low, get away from the windows.
They were confident. They were confident.
Like what good of it?
He's on the plane. We're good. We're good to go.
Nothing can happen now. He's on the plane.
Yes.
Stand here and watch.
Plane's invincible.
It didn't make any sense. But it's like, what good are all those guards down there if you're not protected for like a sniper? Like,
why isn't there people sitting in those window seats?
Yes,
and then the Asian guy in the middle, like waiting, and then they take off. Like, all right, now you're good. No one can shoot you in the fucking head.
Or blacked out windows. You couldn't see where he is.
Or they walked with him like they did a little cover, like they did a little psycheroo. Had 2 Asian guys did a little switcheroo.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Fucking that's take Star Wars, fucking Phantom Menace, take a note out of their book. Padme.
Yeah, but at that point he's like, yeah, nothing up here, boss. Would say it's boring.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
He's like,
and then
what
they
do I always say about boring? And then you see like 30 dudes in the background all pull their secret like walkie-talkie things in their sleeves, and they're all like, "Boring is best." Like
synchronized,
all
synchronized. So lame. Like,
as he says that, the fucking dude's head just gets blown the fuck off from like a mile away.
think they have to be like, okay, no, it's Tuesday. We have to work on our synchronization.
Yeah.
Synchronization day, guys.
Yeah.
Synchronization
Boring is
skills,
best,
guys.
Boring is best.
Remember when we say let's do this?
1, 2, 3. Boring is best. No.
You're off, John.
John, you're a little slow. You need to pick up the pace on that.
All right, so then this event kind of gives him turns Ryan Reynolds into like a downward spiral. It's like 2 years, cuts to 2 years later, and he's still doing protection services, but not at the level he was doing it before. That kind of like hurt his career. Single A, yeah, if you want to call it.
Like single A.
So it cuts to him like pissing in a bottle in his whip, and he's going to pick up a guy from a room, and then he goes up in there and grabs him, and the dude is like super erratic,
shoveling handfuls of pills into his mouth.
Was it really necessary to piss in a bottle?
I don't know. Was
it that necessary?
He's staking out. You can't leave the car.
He keeps the bottle.
Yeah. Why'd you keep it? At that point, it's okay to litter. I'll throw that shit out the trash, out the fucking street.
Evidence, maybe DNA.
True. Good thinking. Yeah, he's thinking of everything. He's thinking of everything now. So
this apple juice is definitely piss.
Yeah. So he goes up and he grabs this guy, right? And then they walk down and everything was just perfectly fine.
First, I go through doors first. Right?
Yeah.
I go through doors.
So he goes through doors first, and they're downstairs. They're walking down the street, and he calls up his guys, and he's calling for a cleanup crew. And then we get like a flashback montage of all these fucking trail of dead guys he's left around. And I'm thinking, it's been like 30 minutes, and you guys are like chilling. No one's noticed the 30 dead guys just laying in hallways. Like,
one's in the
it's
elevator
not one or
with his
two.
head getting
He takes them all out.
Yes.
So apparently, what is he, Batman?
Yeah.
All out, hand-to-hand combat.
There's a guy
What
sitting
the-
there. She's like closing on the
It's like
guy's
the elevators
bloody
work.
head.
It's like the
People are
elevators
like,
work.
oh, the elevator.
Yeah.
He knows that one deadly punch that just immediately knocks people out for like an extended amount of time.
You punch him at like the top of the back and they pass out. He does that multiple
Like Austin
times.
Powers judo chop.
Yes.
Like, same fucking
He just
thing.
doesn't say it. Yeah, Doug. So yeah, I thought that was funny. Yeah, it's like a trail of
You're
30.
knocked out.
was like,
Bing,
oh,
you're
wait.
knocked out. Bing,
I
you're
forgot about
knocked
this
out.
guy, the guy on the roof. Make that 8 or something.
Yeah,
like,
it's
fucking so bad.
so dumb. It's
He
so
murders
dumb.
like 15 people.
Yeah.
Way up a 30. He gets all the way to the top
He's
of
a
the building.
murderer.
How does those the only people in the entire building?
I know. They're
Just
not the only two
murderers
people.
And that guy upstairs on the top floor in
Like
his room.
the funny thing is, and it gets into it more later, but this is kind of perfect. Like he's a murderer, and like this, I didn't know that this movie was gonna have such like a moral question. Like it's like a moral quandary of who's the bad guy. Like I'm like, this is Hitman's Bodyguard. I'm like, I didn't think we were gonna be sitting here like who's the real. But look at Ryan Reynolds.
Like a
moral
moral
dilemma, exactly.
in the movie,
But here's a perfect example. He killed about 30 guys that probably have families. You know what I mean? They were like staking this place out. He just fucking murdered them.
Yeah, he gets on him. He's like, who you kill? It's like, no, I saved my client.
Yeah.
But you killed 30
Fucking
people.
rationalize.
To save one person, you killed 30, which is the opposite. What should happen in humanity. You're supposed to let one, sacrifice one to save many, not sacrifice many to save fucking one client who pays you millions of dollars.
Hey, I mean, you're rich.
It doesn't look like he is, but yeah, I didn't expect to get that from this movie.
I mean, he had that sweet ass hideout you see at the end.
Yeah, you're right. He did.
That thing
yeah,
was
you're
dope.
right.
He had a spot.
Yeah, he did.
Maybe he still had all. He's like, I haven't been here in years because there's still pictures of him and the chick.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
he's probably like has all this shit still, but just like depressed and lives a shitty life in a shitty ass filling car.
I would just fucking put porn everywhere.
All right, so
Amsterdam.
just realized what you
Just
said.
in Amsterdam. You have that secret.
I
thought you
know.
just walked down the street, smash a babe every night you want.
Yeah. All right.
did.
So then we cut. So
Second
then,
fuck.
Oh, suck hand. Fuck. All right. So it cuts. And then we meet our bad guy, and they're like ransacking house, him and his fucking goons, and we know he's bad because he murders a guy's wife right in front of him. So
And
you know,
his daughter.
and his daughter.
He's like, oh,
Young
I'll teach
kid,
you,
like a
I'll teach
fucking
you a lesson.
8-year-old.
Yeah, he teaches him a lesson. All right.
Shoots them both right in front
And
of him.
then this is like this is all a testimony of the husband. Like he's in court, and this was all like a testimony flashback. So they're in a giant court, like trying this guy for I guess like war crimes or whatever the fuck, like for doing these crazy shit. And then so after he tells this, one of the ugliest guys I've probably ever seen in my life, he stands up and he's like, without any evidence, this is hearsay. And then the judge is and then it's like stricken. And I'm like, what? You had this fucking guy testify against this murder? Like his lawyer, did you not think of that as a thing? Like, how is it that he's like, oh, there's no evidence, so, and he says, okay, like,
We
didn't think of a backup plan.
yeah, it's like, did you not think that would have been the first thing? Like, do we need evidence? Yeah, this guy's risking his life, and as we soon realize that every person who's witnessed and testified has been murdered. So you just put this guy on there to get murdered with no evidence for no reason.
And then be like, yeah, your thing just doesn't count.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
There's the most
That's not how it
reckless
works.
attorney
Exactly.
in the
No,
world.
Bro, you don't have you do have to have evidence to prove like a murder.
But he's the witness. Like
he's the witness. And if you go to any other murder trial and there's someone standing there going, "I watched him murder this person," they're like, "All right, there's somebody there watching you murder.
Exactly, like
Guilty.
that's the witness.
You're going to prison."
Yeah.
Well, granted, they brought him there on the understanding that Samuel Jackson would be delivered there.
With the evidence.
Accordingly.
True.
So, but that never happened.
No, because hold on,
no.
Because the whole Samuel Jackson thing happens after this. So I think it's because of this that's why they get Sam Jackson. But my thing is, his lawyer, that would have been the first thing that you should think of when you're building the case. Like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, we're gonna need evidence or something like that. Like, what's like, I don't fucking know.
Only in this case, having an eyewitness doesn't count.
Exactly.
Would that be strategy for like postponing? It's like, here's the eyewitness.
It was yada.
Where's the evidence?
We're
gonna get it later.
It was just a reason to like.
To drive
prolong the trial. To
exactly.
Get
No, exactly. But it's like, my God.
You have an eyewitness of
He's an
any
eyewitness.
crime, and they say, "I saw this person."
What's the evidence? What's the evidence? My wife and kid are dead.
Where did my wife and kids go?
Where am I?
There's bodies with bullet holes in their fucking skulls.
Where's my fucking wife, motherfucker? It's on the books. I have wife and kids. Where the fuck are
Here's
they?
my daughter's birth certificate. There's her dead body.
Yeah.
He fucking murdered that piece of shit.
What more do you need?
Fuck? Damn you. Any other eyewitness counts.
And
that guy.
I just had to decide. The guy that says that's on his side is so hideous, right? Did you notice how
it's disgusting?
He looked like a decrepit.
He's like,
he's like, he's like, this is all hearsay. Like, he looks like a fucking monster. Like, if you don't know he's bad by the look of him, that judge is fucked up. Like, just look at him. He's a fucking walking corpse.
Usually straight out of Lord of the Rings, partially possessed by the ring. He's half Gollum.
He's like, it's already past the time. He's like, I think we had to spare a few seconds. Like later on, he's so gross. He's like, the time is up.
So
he jumps up real quick.
He's Gollum.
Gollum, yeah. So Gollum guy. All right. So now it cuts to in England, and we meet Sam Jackson, and we know that this guy's about to be badass because it cuts to like some cowboy style Sons of Anarchy music, and then it starts like having him walk in.
Shackles and shit. Like zooming in, like going from the feet up, just like the shackles and handcuffs, and like 30 fucking guards around him. It just says Sam Jackson.
Spotted.
Sam Jackson with like a little scully on, like rolled up to the top, like typical prisoner. Like,
so he's badass. So
typical badass prisoner and murderer guy.
So they call him up because now they're telling him if he testifies against Brokovich, the bad guy's name, I don't forget. If he testifies against Brokovich, then they'll pardon Gordon. Then they'll pardon his wife. For everything, and then like set her free, and then give him a recommendation of leniency, and then then all of a sudden the lawyer that's with them starts going into like an exposition dump about like him being a contract killer and all these murders.
35 people. He will not be given a deal, and they're like, and then
he starts signing, and she's like, It's like she like gets choked.
So after that, now we can't do anything. Yeah. All right, we're gonna let this murderer out.
And then it just zooms in on his face, and oh my god, the lamest fucking thing, and he just goes, Sonia goes free, and I just fucking laughed my ass off, like
zoomed in on his mouth, like super close to his face.
If someone would have done that in real life and like had said that in real life, I would have laughed my
fuck this, dude. I don't even care. You go back to prison.
I wish they left the scene after that, so they were like, okay, go back to your cell, motherfucker. Like, okay,
we're just gonna scratch that deal, and we're gonna go a different direction with this whole trial thing.
Don't worry about it.
We're just gonna let him get off scot-free and just go murder people.
You're going to death row.
That was so bad that we're gonna let this guy go back to Bosnia.
We'll expunge his record because that was so bad.
You're dying.
I'm gonna charge you with hate crimes, war crimes. I'm gonna give you his charges and put you in prison and let him free because that was so bad.
Transfer the charges over.
Nice joke.
Oh my god.
Fucking god.
All right,
and so Salma Hayek is still a babe.
Oh my god, I know.
Yes.
Hold on. I want to get to her because I hate her in this movie. But hold on.
Me too.
But okay, well, hold on. So now it cuts to them getting him ready for transport, and we meet the babe, like the main babe, Agent Trussell, who is leading the transport. And they also mention how the dude like has killed every single witness that testified. But then it made me wonder. It's like, but we just saw a witness that testified, but he's not dead, and he's alive later.
Yeah.
So are they lying? I don't get it.
Maybe it didn't count. They didn't count it because his testimony didn't count.
Oh, so it's like a technicality.
Technically, he testified against it. They just told him it didn't count.
He's not a real witness. He just saw his family get murdered, but he's not a real witness.
They just mulligan that fucking
so
testimony, and they're like, all right, well, he didn't really testify against you, so we're just gonna let him live, even though he did sit there watching me murder his wife and kids in front of him. That's cool. Why would you murder him too?
Yeah.
This makes no sense. You're going to murder him?
Yeah,
and let him chill and be like, all right, we're going to let you go to court after I just shot you, your fucking family. Yeah, sure.
And then
teach you a lesson.
So then, like, you know, we're meeting, like, they're talking about the team. He's like, oh, you're gonna have me with all these scrubs. And they're like,
this ragtag team or something.
And she's like, no, these are like these super trained dude. And this one dude steps up and gets like 2 inches in front of him for some reason, starts talking to him. And he's like, yeah, we're ready for everything. And then Sam Jackson just fucking headbutts him. And it's like, why would
motherfucker?
Why
did you need to headbutt him?
Why did you need to even step forward to speak to him? Like, how close do you need to be to headbutt? He's 6 inches away from you. You're in this man's space.
He's a contract killer. He's killed like 140 people, and you're like, get up in his face, like, yeah. We're ready for everything.
But the only reason that he did that is to get headbutted. But like no normal, like you could have spoken from there. It's like
you're all standing around in the garage.
Like, you're 2 feet in front of him. You needed to get a dick length in front of him. Like what the fuck? You just want to
be badass and be like, yeah, bro, we're ready for any attack.
Yeah.
Ready for that attack, motherfucker.
Yeah.
No, he says motherfucker like 78 times.
I mean, at least they call it out like they ruin it.
Yeah.
But again, this is another example of people making movies, commenting on how dumb they are, but that's supposed to make up for it. It's like, no, it's like just Deadpool. Because you're change it. It's like write something different. It's like, what the fuck?
You're about to write
We're going to go in this direction, and we're just going to acknowledge it now.
Yeah, it's like
and make you know your shit sucks.
So
while we go in this direction.
You're going to make a joke about it? Don't.
Then just don't and rewrite something.
You're fucking tell you're ready to go back, write it the first way, and then go back and rewrite it with that joke not in it.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So it's fucking okay. So now they're off, right? Now they're in the transport van. They're going down the fucking city, and Sam Jackson is talking about how sketchy the area is, and the guy's like, "Don't worry, this area has been wiped clean." And I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean? Did you go to every building, knock on the door? Are you a terrorist? Are you gonna kill this guy?"
You have to leave your apartments. Like, there's one guy. If he accepts his deal, they cleaned it weeks ago, but yet. He just accepted a deal 10 minutes before that. What if he said no? What if he said no? Right. All those people have just been chilling in their houses.
What if they were pulling like a Spaceballs and they just like they were walking around with walking around with like Lysol wipes and
just
shit.
Wiping the area.
Everything's clean. Lysol.
Like it's fucking retarded.
That motorcade traveling through the city and like him like this that. His fucking windows all over that fucking van. First of all, he can see everything. He can see roofs of buildings.
I know he's in a cage in the back. Like,
but he can just look out the window. He's like, yeah, look, there's people in the window.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? And it goes on forever. Literally, I was like, God, when's this motorcade going to be attacked?
Of course, because you know it is.
You know it's going to happen.
Of course.
Are you serious? Like,
but when it does,
forever.
And when it does, you guys notice how, like it's supposed to be some AAA fucking service or whatever, some protection.
That's not them. They're not the AAA.
Oh no, they're not the AAA. But they're supposed to be, the government transporting.
Yeah.
But the car in the front's not bulletproof, so the initial shots immediately takes out everyone.
Really?
How do you not have a bulletproof vehicle when you're transporting a high-profile prisoner?
Or helicopters.
They had helicopters, right?
They did? No, I didn't see no fucking helicopter. Like, that's a must. So then, boom, the shit fucking explodes. So much for fucking wipe clean, right? And it's like, then it starts to be a firefight. And somehow the fucking keys, like, okay, the car that they're in, the transport vehicle is on it flipped over, it's on its side, and somehow the keys landed to the handcuffs of Sam Jackson, just out of reach so we can reach his handcuffed hands out of the bars he is behind to grab his handcuff keys. Like, what the fuck is it? Where were those keys? How did that happen? You know, they're like, what the fuck?
They needed to progress the story.
Yeah, obviously, but write something different. It would have made more sense if the cage just blew open within the blast. That would have made more sense. You know, and he took the keys off somebody. Do something like it would have taken 3 extra seconds. You know, it doesn't make any sense. Oh, there's so much more on this. I can't wait to get to. Hold on.
I didn't write too much about this.
No, this firefight. Yeah, I have a paragraph.
Oh yeah, so he finally gets out, right? Uncuffs himself. He picks up a gun. He's like beating the shit out of dude. Gets a gun. He starts killing some people. He does the fucking behind the back shot.
Oh my god! Hold on. There's more before that.
The whole time. He's literally just shooting like off the hip, like down low, not even aiming, just hitting everybody.
Oh, I know you're talking about the other dude, the other Interpol agent. He's like in the middle of the road. He gets the car. He just like throws it at him or whatever, puts it in go. And he's in the middle of the road, shooting at everybody, and nobody can hit him. He's out in the open.
And he shifts a manual vehicle into first gear without the clutch. It just takes off.
But he does that. He sticks the gun on the gas pedal, and he throws it. There's a guy 50 feet in front of him, watching the car come at him, and he stands there and just lets the car hit him and take him out.
He was getting shot through the fucking window of the door.
But he was just standing there, blasting. It's like, what the
ready to take them bullets.
Yeah, and then he gets hit by the fucking car. It's so fucking dumb. It couldn't have been a more telegraphed attack. All right, then he starts shooting the trunk of the car, and it just explodes.
He should have just came right out of cover and then got hit by the car. That would have made so much more sense.
And then he gets shot in the chest, but I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I thought that was nice. That was satisfying. Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah, that was satisfying.
I like him.
Okay, yeah. Then Sam Jackson and the chick are stuck in the car, and then they're about to the guys, all the bad guys know that them two are in there, and they're like blowing the doors open to try to get them, right? Yeah. When they blow the doors, Sam Jackson and the girl just run out and they start killing everybody, but it's like the bad guys, there's 10 of them. There's only one place those guys are going to come out of.
Right there.
You took the roof open off. Fire. You
have to kill him.
You're not looking behind you. You're not questioning.
Did you not bring grenades in your arsenal or any sort of explosive?
Cut the fucking roof off. You could have just walked around the back, opened the back door, and just shot him.
It just started opening it up like there was no other way.
He comes running out, and of course it's perfectly smoky where you can't see anything in there, and he comes fucking flying out. And there's a guy waiting next to the van, like the hole in the roof, just standing on the side, waiting for Sam Jackson to come out. He fucking comes running out, of course, the guy's fucking comes in from the side screaming first, goes to hit him, Sam Jackson fucking obviously just hits him with the quick fucking bow. Yeah. Then just kills everybody. Just murders it. Or he's throwing shots around the back. He's not even aiming.
Yeah, now talk about the shot with the backward shot.
Yeah, he's fucking...
He's literally just walking around.
He jumps out of cover. He just goes pop one, pop two, and the car right in front of him. He realizes his buddy behind him, and just boom, flings his gun behind him. Yeah, Spidey sense is tingling. Fucking flings his gun behind him and just fucking shoots without even looking, and then he fucking comes around and just starts killing everybody while walking up like he's fucking Terminator, not even taking a dick.
And then at this time, then he gets shot in the leg, and it's like, oh, you think he's going down, he goes and falls, but nope, he turns over on his stomach, aims, and just starts killing more people. Like
he's been there before.
He just goes, oh, fake fall, whoop, and he just turns over, dog. It was so fucking funny.
Shit's like, yeah, he shot me, psych, and then he just fucking.
Okay, and then alright, so everybody's dead except for Agent Tracel, the babe, and then Sam Jackson. So they're running, and then she's trying to have them to stop. So she has a gun pointed at him, and they're turned around. You know, it's that kind of standoff moment where they don't know what to do. Then all of a sudden, another bad guy comes screaming down the road, just telling everybody he's coming, and then she shoots him.
And then he goes around the corner like I said, 20 seconds later.
What are you doing?
How did Sam Jackson out here? Remember?
I know.
He's like says like he gets flinches because he thinks he's gonna fucking shoot him in the head, and it like grazes his ear like really close to him, and then fucking kills the guy behind him.
Because he was fucking.
How did Sam Jackson out here?
Literally running, screaming.
Fucking Tarzan coming around the corner, screaming and hollering, and then someone else comes from the other way, and then
they run. Then they run. And then now they're together. Now they're on the run.
You just hear Russian people yelling.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, that's not
really
good."
Loud.
Right.
And they're like, "Let's get out of here," because they're talking so loud. We can hear the bad guys coming.
All right, what's the next thing?
And then they get to their safe house. He starts trying to stitch himself up. He's losing a lot of blood, and she calls for help. Somebody who is not involved and couldn't have been a rat or anything like that, which happens to be ex-lover Ryan Reynolds' character, Michael something.
Bryce?
Yeah, I don't know. I just call him Ryan Reynolds the whole time. I don't even bother.
Ryan Reynolds. Let's just
everybody knows him.
Stick with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Apparently they had a bad breakup a couple years back, and she immediately just calls him and kind of demands his presence to help her out, essentially, in the predicament that she's stuck in. So he, obviously, being as pussy whipped as he is, comes and...
he has that typical, like, Ryan Reynolds...
Oh my god, I was going to get to that.
Like, yeah, no, I'm not coming over there.
And then his riffing that he's trying to do about...
He's definitely going to go.
Did you wipe it with asshole? Like, they're obviously like, all right, Ryan, we're just going to turn the camera on and just do some fucking Ryan Reynolds.
I think it was the same thing with him and Samuel L. Jackson. They were just like, be you.
Typical
be your character.
Be your character that everybody knows you for.
So he's like, he's at a car wash, or he's talking at a car wash. He was at a car wash, and he's like... he's like talking to
and then her name and his phone is Pure Evil, which is pretty funny.
Why would you even answer?
That was pretty,
Why would you even answer? You see it's like you're actually like, why would you be like, I haven't talked to her in a couple years.
Because he still wants her, which he, of course, that's probably...
obviously he still loves her. Yeah. So, yeah, he just does the typical Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, fucking, like him in every movie, just cocky.
It's not good. It's not
just
good.
Cocky.
I was embarrassed.
Stupid jokes.
Yeah, so he ends up showing up at the apartment, and then they walk in, and off rip, go to a conversation.
Wait, which part are you at?
He's walking.
Now we meet Sam Hayek first.
Oh, okay, let's go there.
And he's doing it, and he's like trying to pull the bullet out. He calls on the phone.
So
and they roll a fucking phone with no cords on it or anything. They just roll it into her cell.
But Selma Hayek, her character, and her acting of this character is so bad.
The worst thing I've ever seen.
I was embarrassed.
But I couldn't stop staring at her.
I know she's
a
fucking babe. And that's the only thing. They're
She's
like, she is too fine, so we have to cast her.
And just give her,
you suck. This is bad, but you're a babe, so it doesn't really matter.
It'll make me watch the movie.
And later on, it just gets worse and worse. So like, it cuts to her, and her acting is terrible. And then the interaction with like her and the fucking the guards are fucking stupid.
She's just like, get out of my cell, like. Go on, get. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry.
And then, but like, Samuel L. Jackson starts singing a song and it sucks. And then she like starts cursing, like the phone cuts off and she starts cursing in Spanish. It's like, oh my god, it's embarrassing. It's like,
puta de madre, de puta de madre.
He's saying the same
like,
shit.
You don't
smashing the phone, and the guards are like hearing her wilding out and smashing.
And they like look at each other like it's supposed to be funny, like she's like some badass.
They're both at like attention.
She was annoying as
door,
fuck.
And then they just glance over each other and look.
God,
like,
she was hot.
I'm not going in there. Yeah, I'm not going in there. Like give each other the look.
Yeah.
So
and then it shows like her cellmate. She makes her. She's so badass that she makes her go in the corner and just stare at the corner. And then the girl starts crying after this, and then she farts, and then it's cuts. Yeah. Did you notice that?
Yeah, but
I was like,
it's nice to fat girl farts.
She farts
because she's like, yeah, so stupid. The guard's like, yeah, and someone screams something Spanish, and then also
so
like,
why do you need to punish your fucking cellmate?
Like, I know, like.
How sadistic are you?
Because like,
because Selma Hayek, with the look of her, is not badass. So we need all the evidence to prove that she's badass. Because no one's gonna think she is.
Scene that Samuel Jackson describes with her.
Oh my god, I can't wait to get there. That's not good. Okay, that's not good. Okay, so now we cut to Ryan Reynolds. Okay, and then getting to the place. Okay, now and then Agent Trissell opens the door. Now you can go again with what you were about to say.
Yeah, open the door and off-rip immediately go into a conversation as far as like why they broke up, and he's like just literally spilling it all out. I just felt it was weird. Like now you're like this situation is how you're gonna present to the story exactly what happened in your relation, the fallout.
Yeah, this seems like not the right time to say that. And
not
it seems
at all.
Like
it was so forced.
Why wouldn't you find out what she fucking made you drive 2 hours?
I know.
Hours away to get there. It's really.
It's obviously serious.
That was forced. Yeah, that was way forced.
It's 3 hours away. Be here in 2.5. He's like, no. Then shows up. And then goes right into like, let's talk about our relationships. Like, let's talk about why I just drove 3 fucking hours over here in a fucking hurry because you needed me so bad. What's going on first?
Yeah. No wonder he's not a AAA rated. So yeah, we find out that he blames her for the fucking Japanese dude in the beginning getting shot. And then so finally Samuel L. Jackson, after eavesdropping, he opens the door. He looks at. Hold on. He looks. Yeah, they're face to face with Ryan Reynolds, and this is by far the stupidest part I think in the whole fucking movie. They start going into this fucking like interaction where they're like trying to shoot at trying to shoot each other, grabbing the gun, disarming, arming. They're going backwards. They're hitting each other.
They end up pointing at the girl. Like,
their skills are matched.
Yeah, their skills are matched. Yeah, it's like, oh my god, we need to know that these guys are.
You're the best assassin. You're the best assassin's fucking bodyguard.
Like, was this the best way to portray this? Like, they're like doing like this. They're like dancing and like, she's like, it's like so fucking whack.
They just stop. And they just keep going. Yeah. Like fucking typical, like they just look at each other.
And then at some point Ryan Reynolds kicks him in his bullet wound. He starts bleeding out, so he passes out.
Drops like
and Ryan Reynolds acting like he timed it. He's like, good night. Like,
good night.
That was your plan the whole time. Okay, if I kick him here and T-minus 15 seconds, he's gonna knock out.
I know exactly how that bullet went into his leg and what. I know. It hit something serious. Like I know exactly.
I mean, if he's got the one-hit punch to knock out.
One kick, fucking bleed out.
One kick, bleed out.
And he did that just to put him on. Remember the girl's like, I need you to bring blood and all this stuff. So
or he'd be like the best UFC fighter.
He brings his own blood.
He brings his own blood after making him bleed out. He needs more blood now.
He's like, all right, wait for it, and you're on the brink of death. I'm going to give you more blood now. It's like, why would you let all the blood come out in the first place, you fucking asshole? Yeah. Fucking kicks him one punch.
Yeah, so they're knocked out, and then now it cuts to one of the Interpol dudes that we met in the beginning. We find out he was the one that was the snitch. And so he's meeting with Brockovich, and he's like, he wants to get paid, even though they didn't, do what they were supposed to do with his information. He still wants to get paid. And then, so what Brockovich does is he stabs this guy in the hand, and I'm like, dude,
what was the purpose of
that? There's gonna be so many questions.
That's like the sergeant of Interpol, and you're a fucking dictator on trial.
On trial,
a bunch of people. He walks out of the cell covered in blood. Like,
I know.
What happened there? Don't say anything. It's Brockovich. He'll have your whole family killed. Like,
it's like what no one's gonna ask. It's like
you go right back to the office. Like, hey boss, what happened to your hand? You just went to see Brockovich in this cell.
Now
there's a fucking hole all the way completely through your hand. No, nothing happened.
So stupid. And then this dude. So what he does is he calls up like He's talking to another other main woman that we know, and thank God he calls him at this time because he perfectly overhears her like assistant telling him perfectly, "Oh my God, the safe house went off," and then he can like perfectly hear like, everything. He's like, "Oh, he's writing it down like he's got his pen and pad." He's like, "Oh my God, let me get this fucking sweet ass info." Yes.
Dude, this man would just sit there and he's like,
if he didn't hear this, there'd be nothing to go on.
The movie would be
it's like how fucking retarded. It's just so stupid.
So dumb.
She's like, "Oh, I gotta go." Then she said, "I gotta go before, like after." Yeah. Like, "Oh, right when you have everything. All right, I gotta go." It's like, what the fuck?
Did you write that down? You want me to repeat that for you?
Yeah.
You good? You got it? All right, good. Bye.
You want to spell out that license plate one more time, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
She's like over here making her assistant get closer to her phone. Like, go.
Yeah.
Get your mouth like right next to right here. Right when
I'm on the phone. Talk closer.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody else to hear. Just get close.
Just you and the person maybe on the phone.
We're talking about super top secret information. You don't know who I'm on the phone with. Just come a little bit closer and tell me where this person is right now that we're trying to hide from.
Worst fucking. Everyone sucks with their job in this fucking movie.
You're Interpol, like fucking like.
You wonder why there's leaks.
I mean, you wonder why there's leaks. The most simple. Not even like someone hacked. You're just on the phone with someone while you're getting top secret info. Like, are you fucking stupid?
It's like, hey,
did he just say Area 52?
Yeah, by the way, I was just on the phone with some guy in prison trying to get him to talk. Yeah. Thanks for giving all that information to that guy. I'm talking to the guy who wants to murder the person we're
Thank
talking
God,
about.
this just walked right into his lap.
Jesus.
All right, so then it cuts back
he
to...
immediately pulls out his shitty Nokia and hits him up.
Yes, his fucking trap phone. All right, so it cuts to Sam Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. Now they're back in the room and they're trying to get out of the safe house because the cops are coming.
Yeah, and the chick leaves, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Still in her Interpol outfit, but she's supposed to be on the run.
She just leaves.
I didn't even
goes right back
that.
to Interpol. She goes straight back to Interpol.
Yeah, but like those Russian dudes were still out there. Like you're just gonna walk out like
Did she even have a car?
She's gonna walk out of the building in her Interpol outfit. The Russians can. Hey, have you seen anything? Well, there was a lady that walked out of the building wearing an Interpol fucking vest.
Yeah, for real.
Like, wouldn't you want to take that off?
I gotta go back to my job now. I've been hiding out in this building all day because it's nighttime now, and I'm just gonna walk back into my job without the fucking.
Maybe that's me being.
All right, so I'm about to get a part that no, that's funny. I didn't realize. I'm about to get a part that I really don't like.
Oh,
hold on.
Was it that part?
Oh yeah, no, it's after. That's after. This is before.
Okay.
All right, so then they're about to, they're about to make the run for it. Sam Jackson and Ryan Reynolds, and they're about to, they're looking out on the other side of this door, and there's a couple guys, and Ryan Reynolds is, doing his careful planning thing. So Sam Jackson just kicks open the door, starts killing these people, and then at one point jumps off a second-story balcony in like a Trinity from Matrix move and just blasts a guy on the way down, lands down, kills a couple more guys, and then he just gets up. All this with the fucking bullet in his knee. He got shot in his knee like an hour before. He
got kicked in the leg and almost died. He jumped 2 stories down through the stairwells and murdered 4 people and stood up. He's like,
did you see the way he jumped? His knees were by his ears.
I think you guys underestimated the level of badass.
He looks at Ryan Reynolds.
Samuel L. Jackson.
He looks up the stairs because it's like he jumped down the stairwell.
He survived getting eaten by sharks.
He looks up at Reynolds and he goes,
and
thank God you're here to keep me safe.
Yeah.
How did you just make that fucking jump?
And he's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Perfectly
and then
fine.
after that, he's limping again.
Yeah, of course. Oops. Oh, I forgot I had a limp.
I forgot I just got shot.
So then they go to the roof because they can't go down there. So they get up there and they're looking across. They have to jump to the other, there's scaffolding on the other part. They're trying to wonder how to get there. And then Ryan Reynolds is going to climb down, but then fucking Sam Jackson pulls a Homer Simpson, jumps off the building, tries to grab it. Homer Simpson downs it when he falls down the fucking canyon. And then luckily lands in a fucking dumpster bin and then just starts cracking up laughing. And he gets up.
And Ryan Reynolds gets down at the same time.
Perfectly fine. He's like, oh, I did all that with the gun wound in my leg or something. It's like,
he's like, I did all that without jump.
You'd be dead.
He goes, I did the jump with a bullet hole in my leg. He's like, I did the jump without jumping.
Yeah.
You bounce off fucking 8 stories of scaffolding.
With a bullet? You just got shot. It's so fun. It doesn't make any sense.
Yo, did you notice while he was flying through the air and bouncing off scaffolding, he was screaming shit?
Was he?
He literally hit the scaffolding and bounces off, and when he lands on his back the one time, he's like, motherfucker!
Oh
shit,
yeah.
bitch!
Like a fucking cartoon character.
Every time he hits something, he curses something. He said another curse first. He was like, motherfucker.
Well, it's like, what do you expect? You jumped off a building.
I know.
I didn't even see the scaffolding. I just saw the dumpster at the bottom. I was like, oh, they're just going to jump in the dumpster. Why would you aim for the scaffolding? Just go for the dumpster.
And then they get down or whatever, and then Reynolds is trying to explain to him. He's like, yeah, my job is to keep you out of harm's way. And he goes, I am harm's way.
My fucking God. Such a loser.
Such a nice fucking line.
Nice line. So when they like debo a car, they're driving now, and
that's his car. That's why Reynolds.
Oh, they have it. Okay,
because that's where he
smells like ass.
And then he finds his bottle of piss that he kept for some reason.
Oh, yeah, still like throw that away.
I don't get it.
So yeah, they're driving. They do the classic thing where they reveal how much they know about each other, kind of thing. You know what I mean? They do that thing. Oh yeah,
the backstory.
Yeah, they're like you this and that's like oh yeah, but you that. So like they do that, and then the girl.
He's like, how many times have you been shot? Never. He's like,
yeah.
That one time. He's like, it was a flesh wound. You clipped me. He's like, yeah, because of course I was shooting and the rock slipped right. You were a lucky motherfucker.
So
fucking. Like, how many times have you missed? He said 15. He counts like 15 times or some shit. He's like, he tried to kill me 15 times. You must not be the greatest assassin in the world because you missed a fucking
and they're just like chilling.
Guard.
Like I get it that like you're trying to kill him 50 times. Like I'd shoot him in his fucking eye.
Right? Like I don't even fuck this dude.
Yeah. So then it cuts to the Interpol girl, and she goes in and she gets like stripped of her duty and shit. And then Sam Jackson's back and them in the car, and they start talking, and oh my God! And then Sam Jackson starts singing a song, and then Ryan Reynolds starts singing a song, and then they're both just singing two different songs. Ryan Reynolds is singing like, what is it? I Saw the Sign.
Yeah.
Why is this happening?
I don't know.
Was that supposed to be funny?
It was like a fucking sing battle?
Was that supposed to be fucking funny?
I don't fucking get it.
Sang for a minute, and then Ryan Reynolds just like looking around. And
he starts falsettoing. Yeah. Like what?
And they're getting high. They're like trying to sing each other. And get louder and louder and louder.
Like
he's like, you like that? You like that? What are you doing?
Well, I'm wondering if they just let him fucking ad lib. I'm wondering if they just were like, all right, here's the camera.
I feel like
again.
That's the only thing.
Yeah, because like it's so bad.
You're Samuel Jackson, and right now just go off.
Ryan Reynolds gonna be like, oh, he's singing. I got a thing that's gonna be so funny. I'm gonna sing I Saw a Sign. Oh, it's gonna be hilarious. Did you laugh at that, Bobby? Did you?
I laughed at your question more than I laughed at that fucking
Did you laugh
at No. That singing was hard. Like, why is this in this? What was the point?
That's not a joke. It's not a joke.
You could have just had it in an awkward, silent car ride and then just, like, looking at each other, and that would have been funnier than them fucking trying to out-sing each other. Like, why?
God. You fucking suck. You gotta figure out who wrote this.
It's bad.
Alright, so again it cuts to fucking, what's her name again? Selma Hayek's babe self. And her acting is very bad. And she starts talking about, the people come in and they're like, oh yeah, you supposedly got a call from your lawyer the other day when Samuel Jackson called her, but we talked to your lawyer and he said that he never did that. So she starts going off and on the dumbest fucking like monologue, and she just sounds like an idiot. She's like, oh my God, he's drunk. He calls me and starts talking about all the shit he does with his wife and stuff. The stuff she likes with his ass or something. I'm like, the fuck is going on? I'm like, what?
Yeah, these Interpol police from that police the whole fucking world believe you that your lawyer's an alcoholic and calls you and says weird sex shit to you.
It's so stupid. Like she's just like a fucking.
I want a new lawyer. I don't want to anymore.
And then the worst part.
I just want to see her yelling so you can see her titties. Yeah. Fucking look nice.
And then the worst part about this whole thing is like the guy's like, we just want to know it's for his own safety. And then it cuts there and she just starts doing the fake laugh like, and she starts just doing the fucking worst, a slow progressing laugh,
like a slow clap of laughing.
It's so bad, and she just does it so bad.
It was really bad.
How many takes did you do? Do one more, like get the good take. That was bad. Like, and you know that is that really funny? The fact that was that a real laugh? Like,
no, she's sitting there doing it. And she's like. Because she's like a big star or whatever. She's probably like, boom, nailed it.
Yeah,
Let's go.
It's it one take, one take.
Yeah, she's like, I nail everything first try, and then fucking records that garbage.
I was embarrassed.
God.
Again, like I get embarrassed when I see shit like that.
Yeah, she doesn't in the roles that she's done where she has to play like a villainous type character. In my opinion, I don't think she's done very well.
What's that fucking movie?
Sicario?
No.
Or not Sicario. Fucking. The one with the dude from Battleship.
They grow weed, they both bang.
Yeah, Blake Lively. Yeah.
That movie, she's like a villain in that too.
Even in that, it was just annoying. Yeah. It was bad.
And then it gets even worse because then she's like, oh, wait, no, one more thing. I put it in the madre, I put it on the get the fuck out of my cell. Yeah. And it's just like, oh my God.
Italian, like, uppercut fucking.
Yeah, like the classic, like the fucking arm,
Slap your arm and fucking
my God,
everything.
like. I'm just like...
And then she looks over at her cellmate and she's like, okay, you can take a 5-minute break. Yeah. She's like, the crying, runs and jumps in her bed. It's like, dude, this girl can't lay in her fucking bed.
If she was... Selma Hayek wasn't such a fucking babe...
I would punch her.
Bro,
I literally wrote Selma was terrible, but she's hot, so she gets passed.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm a couple blinds down. I'm like, Selma Hayek is still a babe at like 50.
Yeah. So then after that, they go and they drop off their car and they want to switch vehicles. And Ryan Reynolds is trying to pick the lock, and Samuel L. Jackson just coming up and he just punches the window out.
He's like, why?
Like, I was just doing it. Now I have glass everywhere.
Everywhere Ryan Reynolds is trying to be like quiet, still, like don't shoot, fucking loud guns. Sam Jackson's like, man, motherfucker, fuck you, and then just fucking starts shooting shit, breaking windows.
They're completely opposite. That's what we get from this.
Yeah, the complete opposite of fucking what they're trying to do is be quiet and like sneaking around and get to Amsterdam.
So they finally get in the car, and then Samuel Jackson's like finally convinces him to stop so he can take a piss, and then he pulls a nice fucking psych where pulls the flask out where it sounds like he's pissing. They do it. We have to know again how much each of them has one up on each other, because then Samuel Jackson psychs it. He goes and gets in the car, but then Ryan Reynolds psychs it. Now he's got a gun to his head, like haha, like we're always fucking one step ahead of each other. And then all of a sudden the cars just start coming behind him and they start shooting. Like, how did they even know? How did those other people know that was? Oh yeah, they were tracking him, I guess.
With the cell phone.
But it's like they just start blasting.
And they missed every single shot.
Every single shot.
3 guys with AKs and 2 guys
and then Samuel Jackson's like, all right, I'm going to take a little peek, and then I'm going to see where they're at, and then I'm going to kill them. And then he looks for 2 seconds, and 1, 2, 3, they're dead.
Yeah, there's 3 guys perfectly standing up in a line, and then Samuel Jackson's like, all right, like Ryan Reynolds and him are both going to hop out, and we're going to shoot him.
You get left, I get right, and then we'll see who can get to the middle one first.
And then,
like, all right, 1, 2... Fucking Sam Jackson just headshot.
Perfect 3 shots, all hit him.
From
they're like 300
yards away. Yeah. You can barely see them from the car, like in the fucking background.
But they're perfectly lit up.
He has a handgun.
Yeah.
And it's nighttime.
In a random... And they're sitting in front of the van with the lights flashing, like shining behind him. You know how hard that is to fucking see someone? 3 headshots right in the forehead, all of them down.
So there's that. Cars explode. Bullshit. They kill everybody.
You should have waited. I didn't say 3.
Yeah. So funny. So fucking funny.
Dude, the part was like... it's fine. All of our guns and shit are in there. He's like, oh, the car's on fire. He's like, it's cool. We'll just take the bad guy's fucking van and guns.
And then immediately, boom, it explodes.
All the fucking bullets start going off out of the back of the trunk of their car. And then they're like, oh, we're all right. We'll still take the van. Pew! 1 bullet comes flying out of the back of the trunk like a minute late. This little bullet goes 400 yards down the street perfectly.
And explodes
straight into the engine, fucking... Bad guys van blows
the bad guys only took 3 bullets in that direction, 3 bullets killing the people, so the damage, the vehicle did not take any damage. It took shot. 1 bullet to explode.
He got the Ryan Reynolds
punch. Fucking
immediately.
So fucking stupid.
He got the Ryan Reynolds punch pull there.
Yeah.
The 1 punch fucking can get anything done. 1 kick, 1
So now after this, they're back on the move, and then Sam Jackson starts telling him how he met his wife, and it cuts back to like, they're in some, shitty bar in, like, fucking Honduras or something. He's sitting there having a drink, then all of a sudden, like, some dude's... She's a waitress there, Selma Hayek. Some dude, like, grabs her ass, so she begins to murder multiple people. And she whoops, like, 8 dudes. She's fucking fighting, she's blocking, she's flipping them over, she's stabbing in the chest, she's stabbing in the neck.
She armbar that guy and
she can't armbar for a shit.
Oh, yeah, she armbarred.
She tried.
She tried, like...
She didn't pull it back, and then his arm...
Yeah, it was an full extension.
Her other leg wasn't even over the body, so that wasn't doing anything.
She was just holding his arm.
She touched his arm, and immediately touched his arm, and his arm was snapped. There's a bone just sticking out as soon as he fucking touched his arm.
She can't armbar for shit. Doug,
and then she gets headbutted in the shoulder.
Oh yes, yeah. The punches are so like off to the side. They're so
kills
obvious.
No problem. Doesn't matter.
No, and then she begins. Like there's one guy. She's stabbing a guy in the neck with a broken bottle, and then she looks up at Sam Jackson right in front of her.
Sam Jackson's like, as she cut his carotid artery.
Yeah.
I looked deep into her eyes and asked for 2 drinks.
Yeah. And then like they just
she took his beer and she took his beer from.
Why would she want him for doing just sitting there? Like the fuck.
The way he was staring at her.
He was like.
He probably had a boner.
Yeah.
He probably did.
And she was like, "Damn, Sam Jackson got a boner from me killing this dude."
A cigarette, a beer, just
staring at his mouth. And then what happens? Who cleans that up?
Selma Hayek. After they fuck.
She is the way. Oh, they fuck first. Did they fuck? They fuck first.
She gets overtime.
Well, if they fuck first, then they do that.
She gets overtime.
Yeah, okay, that's straight then. All right, so now they're walking on the road, and then a random bus comes down. Oh my god, this part. And the random bus.
The nuns.
Yes, the random bus comes down, and then like it's like they talk to the guy in the front. He's like, "Yo, you guys want to ride? Hop in." They open the back door, and as Ryan Reynolds is walking in, he's talking to Sam Jackson. He says some curse words, and it's a van full of nuns, and they're all like taken aback, like, "Oh my god!" And then Sam Jackson walks in. It zooms in on his face, and he just goes, "Oh, ciao, he's like, "Ciao, Sarabella," and it's just so fucking lame. And they all like, and they go like
googly eyed, like,
and they just want to fuck him after that. They're like, ooh.
We've never had sex ever.
Man of the Lord.
Yeah, it's so fucking. And then
the Lord bringeth me black comp.
Like it's so fucking dumb. They're like, why does this happen?
Whose lap am I sitting on? It's like, do you realize that?
They're nuns, and like, and then they all want him. Like, oh, like this guy's just
they're about to
so
give up
cool.
the faith just to bang it. Like,
he's like, ciao. The way he says ciao, Sarabella is so weird. Ciao, Sarabella. He just looks like such a fucking loser.
And it pans on, they're all like,
they're like, oh my god, I want to touch his dick. Yeah.
Fucking Jesus.
Ciao, Sarabella.
Ciao, so bad, I want to stick him. Okay, so this point is when, like, I started writing down because I realized they really start going into, like, the moral ambiguity of, like, both their professions. And I really didn't know I was going to have to ponder this, like, moral quandary while I'm watching fucking Hitman's Bodyguard. You know, they start going back and forth, like, you know, all this type of shit.
What would you do type shit?
Yeah, and it's like, well, you know, they start giving all these, like, rationalizations and, like, all these, you know, these things, because there really is no answer, and but it's like, what are you trying to? I don't know what this movie's trying to accomplish. Is it like a comedy? Are you trying to throw this in there? Some like shit. Like I don't fucking know. And then like they go to Amsterdam, and it makes me feel cooler that we were at Amsterdam, knowing that Hitman's Bodyguard was over there. So
I remember seeing that scene where the guy hits the car.
Makes me never want to go there.
Yeah.
Like it fucking fishtails around the corner and hits the car and it falls in the river. Like that one scene. I remember seeing that so many times on like Facebook and everything. I didn't know it was from that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, we've been there.
So then we're going to Ryan Reynolds' safe house, and he's trying to get in, and then like he forgets the code or something, and then he's talking to Samuel L. Jackson. He's like, "Yeah, it's gonna be hard. You know, this place you can't break in." It's like all this shit. Then you know, Samuel L. Jackson just goes off screen. Then he comes in, he opens the door from the inside, drinking like a bottle of champagne. He's like, just so we have to learn again how badass this guy is. Like, what?
He broke into his safe house that he has perfectly secured, and you could not get into.
So fucking.
It's literally
stupid.
Impossible to get inside, and Sam Jackson just walks in. He left the back door open 7 years ago.
I know. When did he walk? What the
7
fuck?
years
No,
ago.
he probably shimmied the window. He shimmied the window.
Jesus.
Or he
So
broke,
then-
he must have broken something. That's his MO. He breaks in and get it.
So then now we're in here, and Ryan Reynolds is like taking the time to call call the old girl. What's her name? Yeah, Tricelle or Amelia, and he forgives her about the fucking Japanese thing.
Which I thought was pretty.
I thought this was pretty funny because it takes a turn, like because you assume it's gonna be this fucking, you know what I mean, this nice sentimental thing. Like
he wants to try to make up with her and this and that, but he's doing it the completely
and then it
wrong
like
way.
subverts that, and it's like total opposite. She's fucking freaking out, which makes complete sense. There's no time to talk about this.
It's all in the middle of like all this shit. Like,
And people are getting murdered. Everyone on her team is dead. She was like, shut the fuck up. Like, do your job. No wonder things happen. It's like, why are you focused on
Why don't you have your AAA service anymore?
Yeah, for real.
You're probably trying to call her and be like, yeah, I'm fucking helping this guy Yamamoto over here. And
he's the one giving it in.
He told her that's
it's
the whole
his
thing.
fault.
Because he's probably calling her in the middle of like an important fucking like transport. And he's like, hey, what's up? Yeah, I just want to say, this stuff, like fucking being a little bitch.
Yeah, I just got the president in the back seat. No big deal.
Yeah, the president of Mongolia's in the back seat, and don't tell anybody that we're driving down the street and blow his fucking
It's like,
head
you
off.
want McDonald's or there's a Papa John's up ahead.
We'll call ahead to the reservation. Tell them
one time I slipped in my entire career.
Maybe if we say you're the president,
I told her his name.
Get VIP.
So then, while that's happening, Samuel L. Jackson gets away again. And, like, so it cuts to him out, and then, like, he's buying flowers and he's buying a hat. And I'm wondering, how does he have money? He just got out of prison.
He's been in prison for, like, 15 years. For
like, what did he just snatch someone's wallet? No. Ryan Reynolds put those clothes on him.
Yeah.
When did he ever get money? And he didn't steal it. Like, we saw him.
Because he asked the girl, like, can I get tulips, please?
That's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't steal it, he bought them. And then, so Sam Jackson is walking, and then he's being trailed by a bunch of people. But, of course, Ryan Reynolds finds him again somehow.
Yeah, he's pissed. Oh, yeah, he does find him.
But he finds him again. Then he starts taking out all these people in the middle of the street in public. Like, he punches one guy in the back. He gets knocked out. He pushes a guy. Like,
remember the one guy, he walks up and, like, breaks his, like, grabs his back and, like, fucking hits him weird as fuck. Just, like, stuns him and then just lays him back down on the bench.
Yeah.
He's, like, just sitting up in the park like it's a normal guy. Just, like every other movie. Oh, just Tilts his hat down, put the newspaper up, like, so you can't see him. Like, you just broke the dude's fucking neck. How long is that guy gonna sit there before someone realizes he's fucking dead?
I know, like, he's
snapped his neck, and now he's gonna sit there for a week.
And what did he do? He just, like, kind of punched his spine.
He, like,
just,
that's what I'm saying.
He went behind him, and he's like, hey!
I don't know that move. Do you have to do the height and the punch at the same time at the right time?
If they do that in UFC, will somebody get knocked out?
I think maybe that. Yeah, I'm thinking
that's why you're not allowed to do it in the UFC.
Paralyticals?
Yeah.
Can't elbow spines.
You'll be a parallelogram afterwards.
Yeah. It happened to my friend.
Paralytical?
Yeah. Parallelogram. Alright, so then we find out, then it cuts, so he does all this, and he does all this to put the flowers and the hat on the fucking clock.
See, remember Crossroads? They showed the other angle, it's like tiny as fuck.
I know, it's like, what?
Why didn't you just sit there 2 more seconds and just wave to her?
I know. Dog, it's so fucking dumb. So he does that, whatever.
You don't know when she's gonna come and look.
And then we find out that it was Sam Jackson that killed the Japanese.
Why would you sit there and post and at least look over at her window for a little bit?
But yeah, so then we find out that Sam Jackson is the one that killed the Japanese guy, but by pure luck, because he was there to do something else and then found him. So now Ryan Reynolds is extremely pissed. He punches him in the nose, and then he just goes and slides. He just dips. And then, like, Ryan Reynolds just goes to a bar in the middle of, like, the street, and he starts talking, and then there's, like, a shootout.
Some random-ass dude.
Yeah, he starts talking to the barkeep, like, classic, and then there's, like, a fucking firefight behind him, but he's just, so cool and, like, in shock this whole thing.
And Samuel L. Jackson, he's like, I don't give a fuck. I hope he dies. I don't give a shit. No, he ruined my life, yada, yada, yada. Still bitching about something that happened 2 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Just crying.
Yeah, when he tells about it, he tells him the story about the girl and says the Asian guy's name. He's like, oh, that guy. He's like, yeah, I was on this roof. I was meant to shoot some other highly, like, classified person that was, like, traveling and this. How are you on the same roof in a random fucking airport in whatever?
Coincidence.
What country was he in? He was in England or some shit. He was like, yeah, I was just on the roof chilling, waiting for this guy to show up, and I just saw you and your buddy walking on a plane. I was like, fuck it, I'll blow his head off too. Like, what? How? What are the odds?
Yeah. So then Ryan Reynolds starts at some point starts backing him up. Now they're destroying bad guys. Classic. So Sam Jackson gets away. Ryan Reynolds gets captured, and they bring him back and they start torturing him and interrogating him. And then I thought this was so whack. So they're interrogating Ryan Reynolds, but then Sam Jackson comes in to save him, and then the song that happens, it's just like nothing's going. And then Ryan Reynolds is doing the classic where it's like, they're like, where is he? And he's like, right behind you. And like the guy doesn't believe him. He's like, no, I'm serious. And then it's like the song's like, it cannot scream. And then Sam Jackson just starts like whooping ass. And I just thought it was so corny. Like it was just so fucking corny. And then he just starts whooping everybody out. And then he's like, and then he explodes. Wait.
He explodes? Did you watch like special?
I don't know why I wrote
deleted scenes, director's cut.
This is where I really started hitting the movie. And I really barely anything, and I started falling asleep.
So then, I just don't get how he found him. How?
Right.
He followed him.
He was on a boat.
He turned around.
Okay, so he followed him. All right, so then they get out and they steal a car and then immediately crash it. And then Sam Jackson gets in the car. And then
he came out so hot.
Yeah, and then Sam Jackson crashed.
Just fucking launched out of the fucking parking garage.
Retarded. So then they get another one, and Sam Jackson's driving this time, and he ends up crashing, and Ryan Reynolds does a full front flip out of the windshield and lands perfectly on his feet.
And the windshield only breaks right down the middle, and only his side of the windshield's broken, the other side's like chill.
Yeah, she's like, are you in the middle of something?
I forgot, because he was talking.
Bitch!
Yeah, like he was talking to his girl. He was talking to the girl the whole time. Yeah, like while they're doing this fucking firefight and escape, it's like shut the fuck up.
And he was unfazed from that.
I know.
Window. He's like, "Are you serious right now?" And he stands up. He's like, "Are you serious?"
And he's outside, and his phone is still on with the girl, but it's in the shotgun.
And it doesn't move off that.
Doesn't
seat.
move.
That whole chase
just flew. Yeah.
The whole chase, fucking Sam Jackson's fucking.
And he's talking to his girl now.
Whipping and ripping. All of a sudden, he hears someone talking. He looks down, and the whole time it's been sitting perfectly on the edge of the fucking seat in the car. It's like that thing didn't move. You fucking flipped the car basically.
And this was the longest getaway in like fight scene ever. So then he's talking to his girl, like telling her what he says, and all he's trying to be like a good homie for some goddamn reason. So then now Sam Jackson ends up testifying, and we found out that the story they told about his dad was actually about his dad. The first guy he killed, the pastor or whatever, was actually about his dad. And he tells him that he has evidence also. And the dude that starts saying shit and freaking out.
He shows up. Remember he shows up like a second late. It was like right at 12 o'clock. And like, 12 o'clock, time to go. And like, the guy, he walks in, he's like, I think we have a couple seconds. Like, it's
it's like, what the fuck? It's like, oh, no, nothing matters now after 12 o'clock. Like, case closed.
Even if he does say that he murdered all these people, it doesn't matter.
No, it's a whole video. But yeah, so Sam Jackson comes in and he starts, testifying, and then he has evidence also, like pictures and all that stuff. So there he goes. What?
He's like, oh, where do you have this evidence? He's like, yeah. He looks back at something on the computer. He's like, go to this dot fucking web something, and he's like, FTP, pull up this. And like, what's the password?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the CIA could handle this. He's some shit. He's like, what was his name?
Brockovich.
He's like, Brockovich sucks dick or something. Yeah, and then he's like, yeah, that's the password. And they're like,
lowercase dick.
Lowercase dick.
It's so stupid.
And then they do, and then like they just open up this website. It's like, it's literally a website of
pulls up all the
just pictures of the guy standing.
Does
in front
he
of
own this domain? Has he been just paying this all the time?
It's like not even like a whole website. It's literally 6 pictures.
Just meal ticket.
6 pictures has a login.
It's like it's a photo bucket.
Has a login screen, like in the login to that bitch. All types of shit.
So yeah, boom, Gary Oldman gets caught, and then he kind of stands up. It's like, I make confessions, like, I'm a leader of my own country. You guys hold no law over me. Fuck all of you.
Should have said that earlier.
He takes a gun from a fucking security officer.
There's all those fucking moles in there. Everybody's
leaving. The rat leaves, and then the chick goes and chase him down. So he takes the gun from the security officer. He's aiming at fucking Samuel L. Jackson. Easy shot, and lo and behold, Ryan Reynolds comes and takes a bullet for him.
Ryan Reynolds is faster than a bullet. Ryan Reynolds is faster than a bullet.
He looks at him.
He was on the complete other side of the room.
But why did you even take the bullet from? Why didn't you just tackle him or something?
That's probably what he did, but.
And then I was like, why didn't Brockovich just shoot multiple times? And he's like, they're on the floor.
Because the guards came up to him immediately. He had like AKs in his face.
Okay. So then, so that happened. He takes a bullet for Sam Jackson.
But then they all died.
You could have yelled quicker to get it up. Like, yo, duh.
Yeah. So Sam Jackson is like chasing the bad guy up on the roof. And like he shoots him in the leg. And the bad guy gives some lame-ass speech. But then like Sam Jackson isn't even phased and he kicks him off the roof.
Like Leonidas. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, he Leonidas his ass.
But you didn't see the part there where Gary Oldman is on the roof like waving down the copper, his fucking man to come and pick him up from the helicopter so they can fly away. And he's like, all right, put him down. And then immediately he gets shot in the fucking face. And then his reflex kind of shoots the pilot, and then the fucking helicopter crashes down. The camera pans over. You see it crashing on top of the roof, and lo and behold, Samuel L. Jackson, that badass pose. The explosion behind him with him staring with that devil eye and the fucking gun in hand.
Shot him with a pistol. Yeah. He's in a helicopter, and he's like,
it's like, it's an action movie with an explosion like that. Oh my god. And so, he looked like a badass. He didn't die. So he kicks him off. He kicks him off the roof, and he falls on top of a car. He doesn't die, and then the people come out of the courthouse that were testifying against him see him. He's like, oh, that's Brockovich.
Protesting.
Yeah, and so they just kind of swarm him, and you can imagine what they did to him. But
yeah. So now they're all best friends and shit. Ryan Reynolds and all the other homies. And Sam,
you're not gonna say anything about that liner?
Hold on.
The reason why. Like his reasoning, like he was laughing, and the reasoning what he gave to Gary Oldman of why he wants to kill him.
No, what was it?
He's like, you shot my bodyguard!
Oh my god!
Spartan kicks him off
god! He's like, what the?
Your bodyguard? Who?
What the fuck? Hitman
that guy?
Yeah, Hitman has a bodyguard? This is so weird. Hitman bodyguard.
What if he was like falling and he was like trying to put 2 and 2 together as he was falling? He was like, Hitman with a bodyguard? How does that make sense? Boom.
That was his last thought. Oh, he's not dead. But yeah, that was bad. So yeah, now they're all fucking best friends, and then Sam Jackson has to be arrested again, and then they start walking, and then he starts laughing. That does the classic, like it zooms in on his face and it just freezes, like it's like a 90s movie. Like,
Bobby just did it.
Yeah. And then it just fucking freezes on his face, and it's so lame. And then it cuts to like we hear some radio, and it's like. These people have whatever his name is, Sam Jackson has escaped from prison, and saying all this stuff, and then it shows them
back at the old bar where they met, and they're just slow dancing, and there's like a fight going around. Did you guys notice the midget?
What?
Nah. You guys did? Okay, so there was a midget there, and he like literally just runs up, pounces on this big dude. His heels cuff into his hips, and he starts gouging his eyes out, like standing on his hips while the guy's walking back.
The whole back scene around them two is just everybody's fighting. It's like a
he was killing him,
going around and just people just brawling.
Bro, that was the scariest looking dude in the bar.
That's
that
hilarious.
little dude.
I didn't know that.
Oh my god, he was gouging people's eyes out.
I heard that song is good.
I don't know, but yeah. So they're it's so stupid. They're slow dancing while everyone's getting murdered. That's stupid. So this movie is done. Thank God.
Yeah. So out of the hype, was there any hype going into this? Like before you even watched it the first time?
I don't remember any.
Before I saw it and I was like,
it looked interesting, right? It was Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, like I thought it would be good because
the
of
buddy thing.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be good. Every time I went to the movies, I'm like, yo, like next time we come, we're gonna go fucking see.
He's like them both.
Yeah, they're both fucking hilarious in other movies. I'm like, I'm definitely gonna see it. I got pissed because I didn't see it in theaters, and I watched it today. They're fucking straight trash.
What would you rate it?
3.
3, nice. What about you, folks?
So I have a thing. Apparently, when I watch movies by myself, I'll have a different opinion than when I watch movies specifically with you. I'll hate them more when I'm with you because you point out things and I just won't see them, and then I just despise them more. So
when you're by yourself, you get
even when you give me an opinion. So going into this, I didn't have a high opinion for it at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, a 3.
3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say a 2. I'd say a 2.
2.5 median score.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad. But
sorry, guys.
All right, but yeah, so this movie was bad. Patrick Hughes, nice fucking directing. Gets easier. Your movies suck.
Ryan Reynolds.
I'm embarrassed.
Samuel L. Jackson.
I'm embarrassed.
You're better than this.
You're better than this. This had to have been a cash grab. That's the only thing I cash up to is cash grab.
Yeah, go back to Quentin Tarantino and make some fire ass fucking films.
Real. But alright, yo, this is What Did We Just Watch. Hit us up on whatever the fucking the shits are. Fucking What Did We Just Watch?
We'll put it up on YouTube. You can give
YouTube.
Comment.
Yeah,
fucking
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. Yeah, talk shit. But alright, man. No one here can fight. I'm G-code as shit. You guys are pussies.
I can't read.
You guys can't fight. You're pussies.
This movie fucking sucks, man. If you liked it, you're a fucking loser. So, alright, peace.